All right, welcome. Hey, welcome to our New York stream. Okay, just give me a minute while I share the link here. All right. Okay, so let's just get into it. Okay. Um, Gold. Okay. Initially we were waiting for this to be actually somewhere lower in the hour four. All right. Yes, we do have a tap in. Okay, we do have a tap in here. But like I've said on the minute 15, we don't have a confirmation, right? We don't have a confirmation to actually take this thing and move up towards the upside, right? On the hour four. So right now on the hour four, we also have the momentum that is going up. Okay. Looking at minute 15, we have this break here, all right, and then later on, which is like basically last night, midnight, right? It actually did this change in the market structure. Right. So when this happens, obviously my range is from this low to this high, looking towards the upside as well. All right. So if you see, I have three boxes here. All right. This is where I'll be looking for buys. Okay. This is rather big. Okay, but this is what I'm using the whole candle here. All right. And also not forgetting when we have the break, this one has already been mitigated. Okay, so I will remove this for now. Looking at this is not mitigated yet. This one is not mitigated yet as well. All right, and this is where I place my alert, which is also below the 50 basically. All right, so for gold, I'm actually waiting to take a buy as soon as price taps in, which today at 3, almost 4 p.m. This candle didn't tap in almost, right? Almost tap in. But anyhow, we're still going to be waiting because this is below the 50, right? This is above. So I'm not taking a position here, right? So I'll be waiting at these two zones here. Alright, so this will be for gold. On the 15-minute, we're looking to buy it back to the top side. Okay, so for GBP USD, alright, hour 4 we see price breaking even lower. We are still waiting at this. For now, I will remove this first. Okay, so let's just know where we are looking at. Okay, looking at the 15, hour 4, we know the market is moving towards downside. Right, but we need this to actually retrace back at least back to the 50 before we can take any positions. Right, just give me a moment. Alright, so this is supposedly my 15-minute high. Okay, I'm going to remove it. Let's not confuse ourselves. Okay, so minute 15. So let's see what we saw, what we get on minute 15, right? We have this minor break here, all right? And then our retracement is here, right? And we actually have this break after that, right? So automatically, this will be our low and this will be our high after this break, right? And we then also have a retracement, all right, which we also can use this as a break here as well. All right, so this one, when the moment it breaks, then we'll be looking at this high here. All right, this is our low, and we have a change in the market structure. Okay, so right now we are looking at here. I would actually about this level, right? And we also have a break here. GBP USD right now is not it's not like looking very beautiful at the moment, right? So we'll just see how this is going to play out first. Okay, this is a retracement here. I will be moving this one here to this low. Right, this play here is not very beautiful. Right, it's not something that we want to rush in. Okay, so we'll just hold on GBP USD a while to see how it plays out. All right. Okay, looking back at hour 4, right, so this is what we are looking at the moment. We want to see price retracing back to at least the 50. Okay, so if I pull this, my 50 level is here. Alright, I could be looking at something here, right, broken, right, this break is not mitigated. Okay, we'll wait for this to happen and eventually about this level here, right? Okay, so this will be for GBP USD. Alright, right now basically we don't see any possible entries that we can be taking. Okay, hopping to NZD USD. Okay, NZD USD it's the same deal. Hour 4 we are heading towards the downside. Alright, so we know the momentum is going down. Right, on the 15 we do see price move down and slowly currently it's retracing. Right, so if we have a break above this high, right, we can actually take a counter trade, but bear in mind it will be a little bit risky as we are not going with the trend, right? So right now if we want to sell, you can sell, but also the same thing, it's a bit risky because reason for that is because we are looking at this zone here to sell, which is basically you're selling low on the hour 4, right? So you want to sell somewhere towards the upside, right? So if I get this out, my 50 is about here, right? I can be using this whole block, right? I'm still waiting for a retracement, yeah. So I don't have a proper retracement yet, right? But we can aim for something here like this. All right, we can aim for something here like this. Okay, this is where we'll be taking ourselves. Basically, it's above the 50. All right, looking at the 15, we need this back to the 50. Okay, so we'll just wait for this to happen before we actually jump into any conclusions. All right, AUD USD. Right, we have a low here. Right, it's still currently moving towards the downside. Looking at the 15. So our direction is downwards, right? The 15 minute also showing definitely a momentum downwards. Okay, this is definitely something we know. It's a low that's been broken. Right, so we are looking at this high and about this low. Right, because we have a retracement. Not exactly. I'll be using instead here. Right, another BOS. And we will be looking at this low now. Okay, so right now we are seeing market coming downwards, right, on the 15. We can take a sell, but we want to wait until there's certain confirmation first, because on the hour 4, same as NZD USD, we are selling low. Alright, so we want to wait for more confirmations. Okay, NZD JPY. Okay, so NZD JPY looks like we do have a break. Alright, zoom in closer. Right, it is a break. So Exactly JPY, we know that the market is moving towards the downside, right? Currently targeting this is the low here. Okay, so we know exactly JPY is moving downwards. Let's hop on to the M15 time frame. Okay, I'm just going to continue on the M15 chart on where I left off. Right, I'm going to wait for this thing to load. Okay, looking at this, we have a change here. Right, retracement here. No. Moving higher, this is where our retracement could be the same as the hour 4. Right, we have this change here coming down, another break, breaking this high. Breaking this high here. Looking at the 15 minute, we will have to be a little bit more precise, all right? We are looking at this low to this high. Another break here, right? Another break. Broken again, right here. All we do know the price is moving upwards. Then we have this massive dump. Okay. Price move downwards again. Okay, so looking back at this one here, we can just scope out from this area. Alright, this is one that we know that the market has shifted instead of moving downwards. Right, the market has shifted from this low to this high. Okay, a retracement happened at about this level. Right, a retracement happened at this level. Okay, and then we also have the POS here, right, which automatically gives us this low, right, with this high, and the market shifted once again. Market shifted once again, did a retracement back upwards. Did not basically respected this momentum downwards, coming down again. Alright, a retracement would be all the way down to this low here. Okay, so on the 15, we know that the market is coming down. Price has tapped the 50, which is at this zone. Wasn't mitigated here, and now it is. Okay, so look back. Let's look back at the hour 4. Right, hour 4, if we are selling, is definitely below the 50. Okay, moving on to minute 15. There's something that we could be taking. Is just the risk is definitely there, right? It's slightly riskier than the usual. Okay, let's just see if we can actually get anything out of this. Alright, so looking at this, alright, so on the 1 minute we see this tap in here, right? Okay, tap in here. So when it taps in, we are looking at somewhere here for an entry, right? We need the price to break this low when it tap in, right? It did not, it created another high. We can look at this low, or we can look at the previous, basically the opposite candle, right? Which is a bearish candle about this level, right? It did not break, gone higher, right? We see this being broken. Okay, this level here, this one is definitely something that's very, very aggressive. All right, so if let's say we were to get our fib, and let's just say we place our entry at this 618, stops here, giving it a little bit more room to breathe, another extra 3 pip. All right, moving on to the 15, looking at where our TP is. TP will be at this low, which where we are targeting. Right, so this is based on the 15-minute chart that we are trading. Right, this is based on the 15. Okay, okay, let's just see if this is something that will work out. All right, this is exactly JPY. All right, so basically in about 18, 17 minutes, right, we have news for the US and also the Canadian. US is not much. Basically, it's 9:15. We have the 8:31, which is for Canada. We have CPI and also this median and also trim CPI for Canada. Alright, so we'll just avoid any CAD pairs for now. Okay, looking at this, I'm still in consideration if I'm going to take this trade, right? Because based on the 15, yes, we know the price is moving downwards. But based on the hour 4, we are also going down, but we are not above the 50 at the moment. Right, so the risk is definitely going to be there. Okay, let me just double check on this. Okay, alright, hopping on to the 1 minute. Tell you what, let's go and just place a smaller risk than usual. Alright, I'm placing a sell limit. I'm going to take a little bit risk here. Okay, and see if we can actually get something out of exactly JPY. Just remember this is a JPY pair, so we need to be a little bit more careful. Okay, so we'll see if we manage to get this. Sell limit has been placed at the 618. Okay, a stop of 7, about close to 8 pips, right? From here to the high, about another 3 pips, room to breathe. All right. If let's say it did not manage to hold, we'll be looking at above here. All right. Let's just see if this is something that that is able to hold. Okay, so we'll see if something can happen here on a Tuesday, right? Okay, so moving on, let's continue our analysis. All right, so AUD JPY, our four, right? So something we didn't get here happened basically yesterday as well at night, evening, right? Moving on to the 15th. Right, so 15 we do see a tap in here. Happen at about 9 p.m. Right, at 9 p.m. Broken here, slightly aggressive entry. Yep, so at about this level, this would have been an 86 pip down. Alright, but it's okay. Something that we didn't get, we'll look at another possible entry later. Okay, so basically ADJPY I have on my hour 4, which is the price moving downwards. Right, this zone has been mitigated, taken once, respected, dumped. Right, if this couldn't dump back and break the low, we could be looking at a possible second entry maybe, and probably at about this level. Alright, so we'll just wait out a while for ADJPY first. Okay, moving on to Euro USD, our 4, right, is definitely making lower low again. Right, I wouldn't call it a lower low because it's not a confirmed low yet, because we don't have a proper retracement. Right, if like for example, if you look at AUD JPY, right, on the hour 4, a proper retracement should have something like this. You see this dump and then it retrace, right? Dump and retrace, right? This is like a proper retracement here. All right. Of course, then you also have your own ways on determining whether that is a proper retracement. Right. So for me, Euro USD, this is not a proper retracement. This is not as well. All right. So I do know that the price is broken here on hour 4, right, which means the price is moving downwards. Right. So I'm going to hop on to the 15. I know my direction is heading towards the downside. Okay, so let me just check out on here to see if there's any possible ones. Okay, we definitely have this low here being broken about this level. Okay, which gives us about this high. And we have a low here as well, which also has been broken. And on the 15, we are looking at a uptrend. Alright, so this is our low as well. Right, but we are looking at an uptrend on the 15. Right, so on the 15, we are looking on an uptrend for Euro USD, which is a good sign because we want to see on the hour 4 that this price actually retrace back to the 50, right? Which if we are looking for sells on our hour 4, right? We could be looking, first thing we could be seeing here, right? But at the same time, we are looking at somewhere above the 50, which could be about this whole block here. All right, looking at hour 4, we can call it as also a consolidation here. Okay, something that also very useful, which is also overlap in between this 0.5 level, right? Which is something good. Okay, we'll see if the price manage to come back. If it comes back, then we will be taking a shot. Alright, so on the 15th, it's a good sign that we do see market retracing and moving upwards right now. Okay, so we can also manage to catch this if we have a proper retracement here, pulling out a fib, okay, anything below the 50, right? So we need to look for anything below the 50. This one is too big here. Alright, we can be seeing something here, right? We can also be seeing something here which has been mitigated here, alright? And of course, we could be looking at what this level here as well. Alright, we'll just see how this goes. If this is a confirmed high on the 15. Okay, so I'm currently looking at something like this right now. Okay. If you guys have any questions in regards to why do I put my price here, why do I have this zone here, right? You can actually just comment and just give me feedback if whatever that you understand. Alright. Alright, hour 4 we have this POS here. Alright, which then indicates that this is not a confirmed one, but temporarily we are using it. Right, this is somewhere that we can look at as our high. I'm just going to turn off the music first here. Okay, this is where we can look at our 4 high. ADCHF we know on the hour 4 direction is moving downwards. Okay. Right, so basically there's still not much of a movement right now here on the 15. Even on the 15 we also see this break here, right? So we'll just wait out to see more structure being formed. Okay, moving on, Euro CAD. Alright, so this is definitely going to be on my 15. Right, so we were waiting for this, it did not came back. We have a break after that. Here. Right, which then it will definitely indicates that this is going to be my high and this is my low. And we just have a change in the market structure on the 15th. Alright, we just had a change. Right, currently I will be assuming this is my high because we don't have another high, right? So I will be assuming this is my high here. Alright, so like I said, it's a good thing as well because if we look at our 4, we have the momentum moving downwards. Alright, on minute 15 we do see the changer going up. Right, so we can be taking a buy, but we need this to retrace first. Alright, somewhere below the 50, looking for a demand area. Alright, demand would definitely, like, we can be using this whole block here, mitigated ones. We could be using about this level here as well, mitigated, right? This one as well has been mitigated. Right, so basically all the demand set has been taken before. We'll monitor this first for EuroCAD and see how this plays out before we actually take any trade for this plan. Okay, GBP AUD hour 4. It did not come back to where we intend. Hour 4, we have a BOS here. We still don't have high, right? We'll wait for a high to be formed. Okay, so let's look at 15. So direction on hour 4 is upwards, right? Okay, minute 15, we also see the same movement going up. our low will be here. Another BOS here. And we have another one here, which indicates to me that this is where I'm looking at, right? This is where I'm looking at. Looking for my demand area, I can be using this whole block. I can also be using about here. Right, looking at this one's been mitigated, right? This one broke above mitigated before. We'll see if this is an opportunity that we can take. Right, let's just not rush into it first, okay? We'll just see how it plays out. Okay, USD CAD 15 minutes more. Sorry, 2 more minutes, right? And then we'll have the news for CAD. Okay, 2 more minutes. 4 hour, we see USD CAD moving upwards. Let's hop down to the 15. Alright, on the 15, you also do see the similar movement. Okay. Later, the CAD news is the one that will actually determine about another minute and 10 seconds. Okay, we'll just see how USD CAD moves. In about 30 more seconds, we have this break, we have this change. So on the 15, we are looking from here. Okay, 5 seconds to go. Okay, you see the spread is opening up, right? Which means this is siding. It's not siding the Canadian, right? Right, we have a negative result here, a negative one, and probably another possible negative one as well. All right, so that is why we see this pump going on for CAD. All right. Okay, let's just hop back to NZD JPY to see how it is. Alright, so NZD JPY is still not collecting our order. Right, we'll see in minute 1. Okay, so basically, alright, so minute 1, the reason why I took this is also because we have this change here as well. Alright, we have this change. So that's why I have my high to my low entry at the 618. Alright, this is similar to yesterday's, I think yesterday GBP USD, if I'm not mistaken. Right, I give a limit order as well, just right before the news, and when it happens, I said if it broke this low, then we'll not be looking to hold this sell limit as well, right? So with this movement upwards, we have a consistent bearish candle here, right? So this is a retracement, right? So when this is broken, right, we are looking at a range from here to this low, right? So there's no way the price will come back here. If the price comes back, right, it's definitely showing you, right? So from here we do see this like this, right? And then breaking this low here, right? This happened, right? And then this one, it did a retracement, right? And our sell limit is up here, it did not take, right? It dumped, right? Breaking this low, right? So from here, if this price is going to come and collect our order, right? It has to break this high. At the moment if it breaks this high and collected our order, the possibility for this to dump, it will, right? But it will not dump all the way. It will just dump until a certain level and it will reverse, right? So, and then basically you will get stopped out. So I'm going to cancel this order. All right, so if you guys are also in with me, make sure you cancel the order, because like I've said, if something like this were to happen, it will definitely take you out because it will break this high. Right? If it collect your order, it's definitely breaking this high and it will continue to pump. Okay, so that is why I decided to take my order out. We'll look into another possible entry later for NZD JPY if there's a solid confirmation. All right, so we'll just see how this plays out first. All right. Okay, GBP JPY. Let's look at GBP JPY. Let's continue. Okay, this one happened last week. We are still waiting either for this to break the upside, right? And we'll be looking at a newer range. Right, USD JPY is not retracing at the moment on the hour 4. Right, we are still waiting for a move. Alright, so Euro AUD, it has broken this high. Alright, so we are looking at a change in the market structure. Our low still maintains. Alright, I will be temporarily using this as my high on the hour 4. So on hour 4, we know Euro AUD is moving towards the upside. Okay, we'll see what M15 shows us. Right, it's the same exact thing that you see. Right, it is still moving towards the upside, and I'm pretty sure that this is a break here on the minute 15. Right, so we are looking somewhere from here to about this current high. Right, to this current high here. Okay, so if the price ever comes back below the 50, we can actually look for buys. But okay, why do I hesitate? It's basically simple, right? Hour 4, we have a direction. Okay, just hold on, yeah. Let this thing load. Okay, I will tell you why I'm hesitating. Okay, so hour 4, we have the direction that the price is moving upwards, right? So if we are taking a buy anywhere above the 50, we are being exposed to much higher risk, right? So if let's say this is the high and it starts to retrace, right? We can be looking at somewhere from here, right? Below the 50 to buy. And we also can be looking at this candle here as well. Right, these are the two zones that we can look for buys, which is below the 50. Right, our 50 level is at this level here. Right, this is our 50 level. Okay, so looking at 15 minute, right, we know the market is moving towards the upside, right? On the hour 4 chart, we don't know how high it will go, right? We are not sure until where it will stop moving, right? So we can take this buy, but we'll see if there's a better confirmation, right? Maybe a few confirmation, a few confluences to actually give us this confidence that it will pump higher. All right, but looking at this, we can actually also look for a sell, right, to counter trend this back to the 50. But in order to take a counter trend trend trade, we have to be a little bit more cautious in taking that trade. Right, so we'll see how this goes first. If we have a few confluences here, indicates that the price is moving upwards. Okay, then I will give you guys a signal to actually take this buy, and pump it back. See how far it can go. All right, and we'll just monitor from there. All right. Okay. Two more pairs to go. CAD JPY first. All right. Hour 4. Hour 4. This happens last week. It did this pump. I'm waiting for this to break the high. Let's look at minute 15. So this one is basically the one that wasn't good for the news that wasn't good for the Canadian, right? If we look at this, the betas here, right, it's all negative, right? Even the medium impact common CPI is also negative for Canadian. Okay, so basically something that we won't be taking because I'm actually waiting for this to break the high, or maybe it reverses and break the low. All right. Okay, the last pair, Euro JPY. Okay, let's look at hour 4 to see where the direction is going. All right, hour 4 is. All right, so hour 4 it will be slightly different already. Right, it will be different because then hour 4 we are looking at about this low to this high. Okay, but we'll use the 15-minute as our bigger time frame here, right? Because all these markings that I've done, it's for the 15, right? So this one here it did not respect. Okay, remove this. It's pumping higher, all right, at this final block here. All right, this final block, and if this couldn't hold, we will see the price actually pumping higher. Okay. Okay, this is where we are looking at. Okay, the market is supposed to dump. Okay, but if we have a confirmation here, all right, let's look at minute 1. Is where we are taking our entry, right? Okay, so minute 1 is where we are looking for an entry. Alright, so it's definitely minute 1 we have something here, which is the market is still moving upwards. Right? So in order for us to take a trade, we need this low to be taken out, indicating a change in the market structure, right? A change of character. Right? So what I mean by that is we have basically from here, right, we have this pump. Right, it comes back halfway, goes back up, comes back. Right, we have this movement, right? And if this now dumps, okay, breaking these lows, right, which is here, this line here, it breaks, we'll get a fib from here to here, entry at the 618, stops covering this high, and this TP we are targeting back all the way to the low of minute 15. Alright, so we'll see how this goes. So Euro JPY is something that we can look at for sales. Alright, Okay, let's take a look at US30 and also WTI, and then we'll hop back on to gold and we'll come back to Euro JPY. Alright. Okay, US30. Let me check on hour 4. Alright, hour 4 is retracing. We basically, if this candle closes in about an hour, we want to see another bearish candle. Alright, so hour 4 is coming down. Let's look at minute 15. Alright, minute 15 shows the same thing here, coming down as well. Right, which we have this retracement since today evening. Alright, it came back. Let's look at 1 minute, right, on this supply level. Okay, it's definitely a low here that's been broken. Okay, the reason I'm not taking this trade is because the current price is moving too quick. Alright, current price is moving too quick. Right, so targeting about here. Let's see, stop set about here. We are giving it about somewhere about here. Right, we are also being stopped out already. Right, but that's the reason why I'm not taking this trade yet. Okay, in about 20 seconds, then we'll know why. I wouldn't say that I know it beforehand, but in about 10 seconds, we'll see why we did not actually take this trade last minute. Alright? And I'll tell you why. Okay, the 1 minute candle has closed. Right, so basically, what we see here is, right, the market has been going up on the 1 minute. Right? And we have a break here which indicates that the market is coming down. Right, market is coming down. Right, so normally we will get a feed from here to here, place at the 618, entry at 618, place your SL and also your TP. Alright, but in this case, this one here, it did not respect the 1 minute. Right, and we have this break here, right, which I just said. This indicates another change in the market structure. This indicates that the market will reverse and go up, continue, right, continue riding this thing up. Alright, so that's the reason why I did not hop in last minute. Alright, if not, then if let's say this is not US30, right, I would have already hopped in. Alright, but this is US30. Alright, so basically this is definitely not a zone that it will respect. Okay, let's look at 15 minute. Because like I've said, on the hour 4 we know it's downtrend, right? But we are still waiting for a retracement. Right, we don't have a confirmed low at the moment. Right, so we'll wait for this retracement to happen. So right now we have this whole block here that we can use, right, this whole block here, and also this final block at this level. Right, we'll see how it moves, then only we will decide. Okay, let's look at WTI. Okay, WTI, if you guys actually saw my live yesterday, I gave you guys a direction on where to look at, right? At this level, right? This is basically early in the morning today. Okay, if let's say we look for a confirmation on the 1 minute. So basically yesterday, actually someone on my live asked for a direction for WTI. Okay, I have also gave out my zones for you guys to look at to see where you want to take your entry. Okay, so let's look at this one here. Alright, so 1 minute tapped in, continued the high. We want to see a break below, which is at this level. Right? At this level here. I'm just going to place this on here. Alright, we are looking at about this level here for a break. Right? But this one, it did not happen. Alright, it continued making another new high here, which we will also want to see a break below, which is at about this level. Right, because when we have this break, right, this break here, we don't have a proper retracement, it continued to make this high. So our low would be at about this level here, right? Once it's broken, we have this low. This one did not break either. Okay, so it continued, right? It broke another high, right? It broke another high, which then indicates to us that this is our low, right? And if you look at this, it broke another high here. Does this break again? So this would be our low. All right. So then right now we have this broken. Right. This indicates a change in the market structure. You get your feet from here, continue trailing this guy all the way down, right, until here. Right, I'm going to extend this. Right, it did not break. Came back at the 618. Right, this thing happened in the afternoon today. This thing happened in the morning. Came back. If you have taken this trade, stops above here. Let's say you give yourself extra. This is what 135. You give yourself extra 30 pip maybe, or 10 pips, up to you, right? So in a total of 155 pips stop, right? Like I said, WTI it's slightly bigger, all right? So when the price came all the way to here, it's already a 1 to 1.3, right? Looking at the 15, let's see what we actually got here. Right, something that I didn't take, honestly, right? Up until now here, you would have already gotten 1,000 pips already, right? And basically you're targeting back all the way. Let me look at the hour 4. Right. So hour 4 is definitely not relevant, right? Because we are aiming it back to the 50, which is somewhere here. All right. Looking at the 15. Okay. We have this break, so basically you'll be targeting back to this low here. Right, back to this low, but up until here, you will have gotten a 1 to 7 risk to reward already. All right, so something I did not take as well. Okay, we'll see if we have a newer range for WTI. Okay, we'll just wait out a little while more to see how this plays out. Okay. Let's hop on back to gold. All right, gold is still ranging, right? Basically, yesterday it did this long range, right? And then midnight it pumped up, and today morning it started to range and then dump, and currently it's ranging again, right? We'll just wait out for this to move until we have an alert here. All right. Okay. Looking back at Euro JPY. Okay, let's see on the 1 minute if we have something. Alright, we are still waiting for this. Right, this is the final zone of the 15. Alright, the final zone for the 15. Right, why I say so, basically, if you look at our 4, we are definitely taking this down. Right, we are selling this guy down. Okay, let me just redo my hour 4. Just give me a minute. Right, so hour 4 is definitely very far off, right? But we want to see this moving downwards because on the hour 4 we are looking. It is very far away, right, on the hour 4, right? Which I myself think it's at about this range here to here, because this is where it finally broke out. But let me just see if I can do it somewhere here.
No.
This is a high. Broke below. This one did not break. Right? Broken above. This one broke above. This high, this low here. Dumped, broke below. Right? So basically on the hour 4 we are looking at this range here. I'm just going to extend this guy. Okay, we are looking at this range and we are selling at about this level. Alright, or we can also look at this one here. Right, which we also have a tap in. Right, we have a tap in. Okay, I will just go ahead and remove this zone. Right, because this one's been mitigated one and it tap in again. Right, eventually we can be looking at about this level here. Right, this is a final zone up here. Right, so basically this is our 4. Alright, moving on to our intermediate time frame, which is the minute 15. Okay, we notice that we have a break here, so this is where our zone is on the minute 15. Alright, we'll see if this one here, basically here, managed to hold right on the 15 minute, which is this zone. Right, this is our minute 15 zone. Right, my chart will be looking a little bit messy, so I hope you guys don't mind. Right, so this is where I'm looking on my minute 15, right, hopping down to 1 minute. Alright, so I have this high being broken, right, so I'm waiting for this change here. Right, so if this is going to break, right, then we'll be looking at a possible sell, right, let's say a flip from here, assuming we got a retracement until this level. Right, a sell entry will be placed here on the 618. Stops at this high, covering this high, giving ourselves a little bit more room to breathe. I'll usually give myself a 3 pip room. Right, hopping down to the 15. I'm just going to target the 15-minute low. Alright, which is way far away. Way far off. Alright, which is also the hour 4 low as well. Right, because minute 15 low I would is definitely somewhere here. It is still about this low here. Yeah, because I have my BOS. It finally broke above, so this is my 15-minute low. Okay, it's a very exaggerated risk to reward, right? A 1 to 18. But I'm still going to play along with my plan. Okay, as long as we don't have a higher high being formed, we'll be looking to take this position as well. Okay, so you guys will want to monitor this and see if we actually can get this. All right, as soon as we have this break, all right, we can look for an entry already. If it doesn't break this high and it breaks below, then yes, we are looking at it. If this high is broken, we won't be looking at it. All right, so thank you guys for joining my live. All right, I'm going to get off live stream. All right, and I will update you guys on this if I have a confirmation. All right, so thank you guys for joining my live. Basically, other pairs we don't have anything other than Euro JPY. All right, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same time as well, also for the New York session. All right, we'll come back live tomorrow and see if we can actually look for any better entries. All right, so right now we just keep an eye on Euro JPY to see if we can get it. All right, so thank you guys for joining, and I will see you soon. All right, thank you.